What if I told you the fastest rising star in plus-size fashion didn't come from the runways of Milan or New York, but from a single viral video that shook Instagram to its core? Meet Eli LaBella, the self-made curvefluencer who turned selfies into a movement and hashtags into headlines. In a world obsessed with perfection, Eli dared to show every line, every curve, every ounce of realness, and in doing so, became the body-positive icon millions now follow. Stick around, because her story of rejection, reinvention, and ultimate triumph is part drama, part inspiration, and all unstoppable. Link transition. But before the likes, the brands, and the bright lights, who was Eli really? Eli LaBella was born to a tight-knit family in a small town where beauty standards ran narrow and conformity was the norm. As a child, Eli was known for her vivacious laugh, her colorful wardrobe experiments, and an unshakable confidence, long before she knew what influencer meant. Her parents, both hardworking and practical, encouraged her creativity, but worried about the bullies at school who teased Eli for being too big or too loud. Instead of shrinking away, though, she found solace in art, sketching outfits in her notebook, performing impromptu dance routines in her bedroom, and devouring every fashion magazine she could get her hands on. By her teens, Eli knew two things. She loved fashion, and she refused to hide. She turned everyday struggles, mean comments in the hallway, overt snickers at school dances, into fuel for her dreams. I realized early on that if I was going to stand out, I'd better stand tall, Eli would later say in a candid live Q&A. That fearless attitude set the stage for the moment she picked up her first smartphone and hit record. Link hook to next. One simple post would change everything. In late 2019, Eli LaBella dipped her toes into Instagram. At first, it was just another teenager posting mirror selfies. But then, on a sunny Sunday afternoon, Eli uploaded a video. She walked down a busy street in a bright red dress, captioning it, "Curves don't hide, curves lead." The response was electric. Within hours, the clip racked up tens of thousands of views. Comments poured in. "You make me feel brave. Been hiding my body for years, thank you. We need more models like you." Brands took notice, reposts went viral, and Eli's follower count skyrocketed from 800 to 80,000 in a single week. Her secret sauce? Authenticity. While other influencers polished every post with filters and strategic props, Eli leaned into the unedited. The wrinkles in her dress, the sun flare on her lens, the real talk captions about self-doubt. She invited followers to join her live streams, where she shared unfiltered stories about shopping for plus-size clothes in a world that rarely stocked above a size 12. By 2020, Eli was a bona fide plus-size fashion influencer, collaborating with emerging brands on tiny budgets, but massive heart. She launched the hashtag Bella in Bold, encouraging women everywhere to post photos of themselves in outfits they'd once deemed too daring. The movement caught fire. Celebrity stylists, mega-influencers, and everyday women began tagging Eli in posts that celebrated authenticity over aesthetics. Link transition. With her profile surging, the fashion world wanted more, and Eli was ready to deliver. As Eli's social media presence grew, so did her inbox. At first, it was local boutiques offering free dresses in exchange for posts. Then mid-tier plus-size swimwear lines courted her for swim campaigns. But Eli had her sights set higher. Her breakthrough came when a well-known inclusive lingerie brand flew her to Miami for a photo shoot. Eli arrived nervous. This was her first professional modeling gig, but instantly owned every frame with her confident stance and radiant smile. The campaign's success led to features in plus-size fashion editorials and invites to walk in specialized runway shows during New York's first plus-size fashion week. Over the next 2 years, Eli landed collaborations with CurvyCouture Swim, for which she co-designed a best-selling bikini line, Allure Plus, an indie lingerie label celebrating diverse bodies, Bold Threads, a streetwear brand that featured Eli in its Own Your Space capsule, Glam Her magazine, landing her first major editorial spread. She even made a cameo on a national talk show, discussing the importance of inclusive casting. Each brand partnership amplified her message. Plus-size women aren't niche, they're the mainstream. Link hook to next. But Ely wasn't just modeling clothes, she was modeling confidence. Ely Labella's platform quickly transcended fashion. She realized that beyond selling dresses and bikinis, she was saving self-esteems. Her signature tagline, "You are more than a size," became a rallying cry. In 2021, she partnered with a mental health nonprofit to create the Mirror Talk series, raw IGTV videos where Ely discussed body dysmorphia, eating disorder stigma, and the toll of toxic beauty standards. Thousands tuned in, and the series won an award for digital mental health awareness. She also launched the Bella and Bold Scholarship, awarding young women pursuing fashion or design degrees. Ely personally mentors recipients, sharing lessons about self-worth, brand building, and navigating an industry that doesn't always welcome curves. Her comment section isn't just flooded with praise, it's a support group. Followers share success stories. One viewer credited Ely for giving her courage to audition for a regional theater production. Another said she finally felt comfortable dating again after years of insecurity. Even when trolls surfaced, mocking her body or calling her too much, Ely transformed hate into content, posting side-by-side images of her at age 15 and age 25 with the caption, "Bullying tried to shrink me. Confidence made me bigger." Link transition. And as her influence and impact grew, so did her business savvy. By mid-2022, Ely's financial growth matched her follower count. With 1.5 million Instagram followers, 800K TikTok fans, and a fledgling YouTube channel, she diversified her income streams. Sponsored posts, $3,000 to $7,000 per Instagram post, depending on brand. Affiliate marketing, earning 10 to 15% commissions on plus-size clothing links. Merch and digital products, Bella and Bold tees, confidence journals, and an e-course on personal branding. Appearances and speaking fees, $5,000 plus per event for panels on body positivity. Industry estimates place her net worth between $400,000 to $600,000 as of early 2023 and growing. Yet Ely remains grounded. She openly shares how she reinvests in her community, sponsoring underprivileged fashion students and funding local body-positive workshops. Unlike many influencers who vanish behind paywalls, Ely balances sponsored content with free, high-value posts. She credits that transparency for her loyal audience and continued brand interest. Link hook to personal side. But behind these numbers is a woman who lives for more than metrics. A professional model wrote that Nicki's content inspired her to speak out against unauthorized photo retouching. When trolls attacked her weight or accused her of promoting unhealthy lifestyles, Nicki refused to cower. In one viral response, she posted a carousel, a childhood photo next to a recent shot, overlaid with a text, "They tried to shrink me. I grew." The post became her rallying cry and was later printed on tote bags in her merch line. Beyond social media, Nicki spoke at body positivity summits and partnered with schools to host workshops on self-esteem. She emphasized that confidence isn't a destination, it's a daily practice. Link transition. With her influence firmly established, Nicki's impact soon extended into high-profile collaborations and campaigns. By late 2021, Nicki's star had risen to mainstream levels. Major fashion and beauty brands reached out. CurvyCouture Swim invited Nicki to co-design a limited edition plus-size swim line. Her neon-trim bikinis sold out within hours. Empower Lingerie featured her in their Confidence Uncovered editorial, photographing unretouched curves in delicate lace. City Chic Streetwear named her ambassador for their Live Loud campaign, where Nicki starred in citywide murals as part of an art meets fashion collaboration. Glamour and Grace magazine put her on the cover, marking the first time a plus-size influencer graced their front page. She also walked in the Virtual Fashion for All runway, strutting digital avatars of her own likeness in a groundbreaking NFT fashion show. But Nicki was discerning. She only partnered with brands committed to size inclusivity beyond token posts. In each deal, She negotiated for expanded size ranges, fair model pay, and marketing materials featuring diverse bodies. Her campaigns drove real-world change. After her swim line launch, several major retailers vowed to expand plus-size offerings. Beauty brands began including size-inclusive messaging in lipstick and foundation ads, crediting Nicki for tipping the scales. Link hook. And as her brand value soared, so did her entrepreneurial ambitions and her bank account. By mid-2022, Nicki had transformed her influence into a multifaceted business. Sponsored posts, charging $5,000 to $12,000 per Instagram carousel with top plus-size and lifestyle brands. Affiliate partnerships, earning 15% commission on clothing, beauty, and wellness links via her own website. Merch and digital products, selling Curves with Confidence hoodies, phone cases, and an e-guide Own Your Curves, a 30-day confidence plan. Speaking engagements, commanding $8,000 plus for keynote appearances at empowerment conferences and colleges. YouTube ad revenue, monetizing her weekly vlog series, Nicki Unfiltered, which pulls back the curtain on her daily life. Industry insiders estimate her net worth at $800,000 to $1 million by the end of 2022, a remarkable feat for someone who began with a single viral reel. Yet Nicki remains grounded. She dedicates 10% of her earnings to a confidence fund that grants microloans to aspiring plus-size creatives and funds self-esteem workshops in underserved communities. She's proof that authenticity pays, both in dollars and in impact. Link transition. Behind the brand and the business acumen is a woman who treasures her quiet moments. Away from the spotlight, Nicki is refreshingly relatable. Her ideal morning starts at 7 a.m. with a strong espresso and a gratitude journal entry, listing 3 things she's thankful for, from family health to creative freedom. She loves cooking Caribbean dishes passed down by her aunt, jerk chicken, plantains, and mango salsa. Dance cardio to stay energized, often choreographing TikToks in her living room. Reading memoirs by trailblazing women, fueling her next advocacy ideas. Weekend nature hikes with her partner and their rescue pup, Mango. Romantically, Nicki keeps details private, sharing only occasional anecdotes, like how her partner cheers her on during late-night edits. Despite her confidence, she confronts imposter syndrome daily. Her self-care arsenal includes guided meditations, bubble baths, and unplugged stargazing sessions on her rooftop terrace, reminding her that life is bigger than metrics or mentions. Link hook to next section. With countless milestones behind her, Nicki's most exciting chapter is still unwritten. Looking ahead, Nicki's vision is expansive. Curves with Confidence Academy, an online mentorship program for aspiring plus-size influencers, covering content creation, branding, and self-care. NW Fashion Collective, a sustainable plus-size clothing line launching in spring 2024, featuring upcycled fabrics and inclusive sizing from 2XL to 8XL. Unfiltered podcast, scheduled for late 2023, where Nicki interviews changemakers in fashion, wellness, and activism. Memoir, titled No Limits, My Life Unedited, slated for publication in 2024, sharing untold stories behind every reel. Her ultimate goal? To turn curvy influencer into a respected industry role, complete with awards, trade shows, and dedicated creative grants. Nicki wants her legacy to be a blueprint for anyone who's ever felt marginalized by narrow beauty norms, proof that real power lies in authenticity. Link lead into outro. Because when we choose to show up as ourselves, we change the world, one curve at a time. Nicki's rise from small-town dreamer to global curve crusader shows us that the most powerful trends begin with being unapologetically yourself. She turned every "you can't" into a comeback, every "too much" into a moment, and every curve into her calling card. Backhand index pointing right inspired? Drop a sparkling heart in the comments and tell us which part of Nicki's journey moved you most. Speech balloon, share your own Curves with Confidence story using the hashtag #CurvesWithConfidence and tag us. We might feature you in our next video. Subscribe and ring the bell. New biographies of fashion's fiercest icons and body-positive pioneers every week. Remember, You don't need permission to take up space. So stand tall, own your shape, and keep redefining beauty, one post at a time.